they seem only a story. Why do I feel as if I'm meant to be all I've been praying for some way to show them I'm not what they say. Oh, I have done wrong.
Don't forget to hit that like button. Big Guy Fish and Shotgun. Louisiana Bayous on this set list. I ain't got none. Busted Stuff and Two Step. American Baby intro and No Drop D, No Raise B. This is the DMB post-show stream, and we gonna get it started. Let's cue the music. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Uh-oh.
It's your boy Concert Viz 34 back at home.
What up? What up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34.
Yep, so your boy Concert Viz 34 coming to you here.
What up? What up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34. Aria. Okay, so this is Aria, and just tell us a little bit about yourself and about your love for the Dave Matthews Band.
I've been a fan of the band since April 28, 1998, and if you recognize the date, that's when Before These Crowded Streets was released.
Alpine is definitely a better venue than Summerfest, but we'll take it. I think I've been going to shows for about 20-something years.
I always tell people, like, compare DMB to now to when I first started. And I got started, in my opinion, I feel like I got started late. Like, I was at the very end of the band's prime. I feel like that 03 to 06 was like the end of the prime. 07, 08 was like, you know, we're at the very end. And then when Roy passed.
But Dave really this is the thing. Dave has put Rashawn has been assigned the quarterback of this team. He is the coach, the play caller. He designs the jams. Dave just shows up and plays whatever he's going to play. Schenectady, what up? Catskill, what up? Troy, what up? Ballaston, how y'all doing? Clifton Park, what's popping? Glens Falls, Lake George, how y'all doing? North, up 87. Plattsburgh, New York, you're really far away, but you're still in New York, so we love you. Oniota, what up? Cooperstown, New York, home of the baseball. Syracuse. I'm rocking my UConn jersey tomorrow to stun on y'all Syracuse fans. So just be ready for that. Shout out to the Hartford Whalers. What up, what up? It's your boy Conserviz 34. And sheesh. What a show. What a show. And some people was like, I don't know if I should go to SPAC this year. And, the band is done and they're too repetitive. And put some respect on this band's name. Put some respect on this band's name. They have been on a tear since Dare Creek. It has been, like I said, the regular season of this. It has been the regular season. You can talk about the good old days. You could talk about back in the day. But tonight was a show for the ages. For this current band, this was the band challenging themselves. Shout out to Jessica and Wayne from Wisconsin and Guilford. They gave me the spotted cow. I got a spotted cow right there, straight from only in Wisconsin. All right, so I had to pull this out to celebrate. Okay. There's a couple of things that makes a DMB set great, and I've always argued this because when we look back to 2000, when we look back to 2004, when we look back to some of the best tours of this band, what has been a great thing in those shows? The songs that are repeated. Guys, I went to Guilford, New Hampshire, and the night 2 of Guilford, you know what they repeated? Big Eye Fish and the Bartender. Granny, right? Old Dirt Hill, The Only Thing, which is a great new song. I've always said, people, they repeat. They don't have variety. They play more songs now than they did. They play more of a percentage of their songs available now than they did back in even the late 90s. The first element of a great run of shows. The first element of a great portion of a tour is the songs that are being repeated are solid songs, busted stuff. 8 times this tour, Dave's actually playing guitar. Okay. Another fish tender, the third 2-night stand in a row with the fish tender. You know what they didn't play tonight? That's number 2. What they don't play is just as important as what they do play. They didn't play Don't Drink the Water for the 4 millionth time. They didn't play When the World Ends. No Shake Me Like a Monkey. No Louisiana Bayou. What isn't played is as equally as important as what is played. That's just talking about what was repeated and what wasn't played. Like, it was where I think the only time you could go to the bathroom is during Do You Remember? That's the only time you could even consider going to the bathroom. Okay. Now, the other thing with this show, Dave sharpened up from Guilford. Guilford was loose and fun. It was loose and he was just kind of all out there. And that was still great for Guilford. I will say this, the old Dirt Hill in Guilford was better than tonight. But it didn't matter. They still played Old Dirt Hill. The crowd tonight was on. People were jumping up and down. Like, have you guys ever seen the NBA playoffs or the NHL playoffs? A lot of times I say NBA more because the Toronto Maple Leafs little like outdoor district only lasts through one round. So, that's not really a good barometer. But you'll see, because obviously, the Maple Leafs suck. They're just trash, and they're not going to win a Stanley Cup no matter who they have. Right. But if you look at the Deer District for the Bucks, when you look at like the Jurassic Park, is that what they call the Toronto Raptors spot? And you see people jumping up and down and going nuts and throwing beers up in the air. Now, no beers were thrown in the air in my section, but that was the energy of this show. People were jumping up and down. They were going nuts. They were dancing. My videos will have people's hands over my camera. And I had my camera propped up. I had my little holder right here. Right, I had it hold it up and I had it up. And people would still had their hands. They was in the air waving them like they just don't care. So you combine the repeats being solid and a lot of songs being skipped that are to me just mediocre or been played already enough. We don't need any more of them. And then you have the crowd jumping up and down like DMB just won the Super Bowl or something. It was electric in the venue. It was electric. It wasn't the Avenue of the Pines. It was Electric Avenue. Okay. Now, let's talk about what they did play. This is my favorite show. And the reason it's my favorite show, first of all, you open with the Stone. Yes, it was played in Deer Creek, but it didn't open Deer Creek. The Stone to me is my favorite realistic opener, right? They could open with something crazy that they never open with, or like open with Spoon or Last Stop or something like that, but that's just not how it's going to be. Right? But the Stone opener was powerful. And I knew it was coming because the baritone guitar was out, we're at SPAC, and then Tim started noodling in the same key of the Stone. And someone said the Stone and Seek Up are huge openers, and I will easily take the Stone over Seek Up any day of the week in this current iteration of the band. That's just me, though, right? Both are great, but I love the Stone. The Stone to me is just the best. The Stone has more of a momentum. I think with Seek Up, I'm criticizing something, but I'm actually defending the show. With Seek Up, sometimes the horn play can be hit or miss with that. Where the Stone, you're guaranteed to have an epic buildup. And then Carter just going crazy. I prefer that more than the current band doing Seek Up, although Seek Up is still great opener. But notice, like, even with these shows, we haven't had a Seek Up be played in the last couple of runs. And it's still been incredible. And that's what really, there's been, and I said this before the show got to its encore. I said, listen, I know we've been petitioning for two-step. I know everyone wanted two-step to come back. I said, after the main set ended, I was like, listen, they don't even have to play two-step for the rest of the tour. This show is a blueprint. The Deer Creek weekend is a blueprint. Chicago and Guilford had moments that are blueprint to how this band can be. And they did play two-step, but that's not the point. The point is, I could have walked away 14 songs into this set, or even after Shotgun, or even after Fish Tender, and I could have walked away happy. It could have been a lightning delay, and I would have been lightning delayed after Bartender, and I would have walked away from that show happy. You have a Stone opener. Busted Stuff comes around. I never had heard Busted Stuff. American Baby intro comes around. I had never heard American Baby intro. And Shotgun comes around. I have never heard Shotgun in my life, guys. I had been chasing this joint. I went out to Deer Creek, and then I said, I'm going to stay in Chicago. And then guess what happened? I stay in Chicago. The band goes back to Homedale and opens up with Shotgun. So I actually miss it because I'm in Chi-Town at a Cubs game the day they had it. I'm like, oh, I'm finally crossing Wrigley Field off the list. And I could have been back home crossing off Shotgun. But nonetheless, I got it tonight. Busted Stuff, Shotgun, an American Baby intro. And here's the even bigger curveball. There were no real fakes tonight. They were supposed to be, the encore was supposed to have a satellite fake, a Proudest Monkey satellite fake into two-step. They ended up switching it up, Virginia in the Rain. But there was a fake in the sense that Dave doesn't play American Baby intro with the baritone guitar, but he did tonight. So he even faked everyone out. I was like, oh, what is it going to be? Right? I was like, maybe So Right. Maybe it's Bayou, right? I was preparing for the worst. Right. So he plays on the baritone. Buddy starts off with this little piano. And let me see. That should be up right now. If you go to YouTube Concert Viz 34, you should have American Baby. Now I had to do it with Break Free, so it's a little bit of a longer video because they went back to back, which was another cool thing. I think this band can benefit from just doing a couple songs back to back. They did it with, now they do obviously have their segues, right? Big Eye Fish and the Bartender, So Much Bridge, Too Much, but like having American Baby intro go right into Break Free. The I Want You, She's So Heavy into After Everything. Now, maybe some people don't like that, but I think it's more beneficial for the band to have more segues, even if it's the only time they'll segue one into another. Just keep going. Maybe sometimes they need a break, but if they can keep going, keep going. American Baby intro into Break Free is on YouTube, Concert Viz 34. I'm going to also upload Shotgun right now as we speak, because that was another highlight. I'm trying to get these videos up ASAP Rocky. Let's see if I can find it. Shotgun was what? Oh, shout out Cha Cha. I forgot to shout out Cha Cha, and I guess the Almanac's going to officially call it Cha Cha for now instead of Only Takes a Moment. And back at you says Grace would have been great. Not really. I would say you never know. Listen, this set was too electric for Grace Is Gone, and I enjoy Grace Is Gone. I love what my boy Buddy Strong does on it. This set was so top tier. Like, we don't need Grace, bruh. American Baby Intro, Break Free. Yes, there was a Sledgehammer. I didn't care, right? Maybe you go to the bathroom during Sledgehammer, but this set was so fire that like Grace Is Gone would have been a waste of a song in this tier of a set list. Now, most sets is going to be a solid thing. I need no Grace. I know Hines was like, oh, I want Squirm or something. I don't need Squirm. I want Shotgun. Like, that's the thing is, there's always, now everyone has their different favorite stuff. But this set list was like, nah, we're not even doing like this song that's okay, right? I want Funny the Way, and I love Funny the Way It Is. But nah, we don't need Funny the Way It Is. Sounds it's improved, but nah, we got Nancy's in the ABI, Break Free, Sledgehammer, Madman, Fish Tender, Looking for a Veins, a Little Break. I think that's what it really was. I mean, Do You Remember is probably the one you sub out, but even so, it sounded good, and people enjoyed it. But I just like this show was off the way, and you could probably find some show from 02. Son, in 02, I was probably playing Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Did that come out in 02? Because didn't one come out in 99? I wasn't going to show. I can't go back in time. What we have now is textbook of what we can do now. And be great. Watchtower not in the encore, but ending the main set. It was electric. Granny at the 17 spot. In between, you have Drunken Soldier before that. PNP Rapunzel. Right? This is everything I was hoping across two shows. A lot of it came in this night one. And this trend of night ones being fire is beautiful because some people only get night one. Some people only could get to this show for Inside. Maybe they're long tomorrow. Not that tomorrow's not going to be it's going to be a solid show too. Yes, and Fatima's right. Not only did they play Shotgun, they played it well. The band was dialed in. The band was dialed in. And hey, Zach, good to see you. Zach, do you want to come on the stream for Camden? Let me know, Zach. I met Zach this week. And even I know people was like, oh, motherfucker, I don't need motherfucker. Play this stuff. I don't need Dreams of Our Fathers. Right? I don't need Cigarette Lit. Light up a set with Shotgun, American Baby intro. The thing about this show is it had both the energy. Oh, uh-oh. Down. This camera is hard to. The way I have it propped up at home is much easier. Let's see if I can get this. But this was banger on banger on banger. And when I say that, listen, sometimes the set list doesn't get the reaction or it doesn't match the crowd, even though it's a solid set list for people like us. Many of you guys like me want these deep cuts and would rather have a show with deep cuts only. But sometimes it doesn't hit. You know, even in Chicago, we talk to people from Chicago and certain songs just didn't hit. People knew like every song tonight at SPAC. So the energy of the crowd and the set list was absolutely amazing. And I petitioned for this as well. I petitioned for American Baby intro to come back. I mean, people wanted this back, obviously, as soon as they started teasing it with Lying in the Hands of God. But I made a video, all right, about it coming back. And it was the video, Why I Hate Louisiana Bayou. I want to take a quick look at this as well, just to show you guys what was going on. And thank you guys for joining. Don't forget to hit that like button. And what I'll say as I'm loading this video up, it has been overwhelming to experience this stuff. Again, are there better shows? Sure, you could pick. Again, I don't care what show you pick. This album tour. I wrote this tour off, and what I try to do is I said, well, at least, you know, I'm gonna go to SPAC. I'm gonna go to Guilford. But I was worried. I said, listen, what's a new album is gonna really shake things up. But this band is doing things like no Big Whiskey tonight. No every day. Even though, listen, now they can do what you are tomorrow. Do If I Had It All tomorrow. But the fact that they're able to just say, okay, we're gonna take a step and just cut all of these, like there could be multiple albums out the way. We don't need a Drop D song just to have a Drop D song. I know many people like Don't Drink the Water. I've gone 3 shows without Don't Drink the Water. That's a miracle, right? And many of you guys that have 100+ shows, you've heavy hit DMB. A lot of you guys have more Don't Drink the Waters than I have shows. This was my 48th show. Y'all have like 53 Don't Drink the Waters out of 100 shows. Okay. So that, I mean, it's overplayed. When that takes a seat, it really makes a difference. So let's take a look at
An American Baby.
I highlighted this, and this is obviously I'm not like a genius but this is one thing I just said that could be bring back, and I'm really just speaking on behalf of y'all because many of you guys have this same opinion. Let's take a listen.
Baby intro have evolved after the passing of Leroy Moore. I listened back to some of these different versions post Roy, and I realized how great the actual jams were, how great the energy was in many of these different songs in ways that brought it to new heights despite the huge loss of Leroy Moore. Let's take a listen to some of these examples. So this is American Baby intro. This is from The Gorge, and shout out to Copper Pot for getting this video. I love this quiet build up. They can take as much time as they need to build this up from nothing to something and bring it down. Let's cut to the peak of this song.
Now we're going to cut into how it was tonight. Let's take a look at tonight. Yo, someone kept saying, mother, father. Yo, shut up. You're wrong. You're wrong. Nah, fam. Something better. American Baby intro. I'm sorry. I'd rather hear this than Mother Father. All right. You can't explain the joy. Mother Father, y'all can't explain the joy of American Baby intro.
Oh my, what?
If you're gonna yell, at least yell after that you figure out what song it is. Like I was over there. Your boy was yelling. Yeah, the girl in front of me, like apparently she got engaged. So the videos, like I said, that will be uploaded. You may see a hand in the air, but shout out to, I don't know who it was, but shout out, congratulations on your engagement. She was flashing that ring, fellas. You better get that if you got a real one, and it's been like 7 to 8 years, and y'all living together. Put a ring on it or move on. Come on, what y'all waiting for? Some of y'all take too long. Make up your mind. Either roll with them or move on, right? Right? But, oh, we've been dating for 8 years. If you don't know by then, you ought to know. All right, sorry. Let's stay focused. But for real, them dudes be like laid back, living with their girl, and there's no motivation to step up. Anyway, I digress. Hey, don't worry. We're gonna get taper audio and mute out the, the people. But that was the crowd. That's how lit it was. Let's just cut through. We're gonna cut through here. Yeah, my apologies. We will get taper audio. Okay. We will get taper audio. Y'all won't have to hear that when we do the full show. I got the full show, guys. I got the full show recorded. I do need your help. If you guys have any videos, let me know. I'm gonna make a multi-cam. Like I said, someone got engaged in front of me recently. They was flashing a ring and they was so some of the moments got blocked up. Hey, it is what it is. People have fun at a show. You're supposed to have fun at a show. Okay. Oh, Heinz and Jen. I wasn't talking about y'all. About the man. Listen, y'all do you. That wasn't like I didn't realize. Jen did the emoji. But yeah, it was lit. And that's how it is. That's how SPAC is. You got people that know the music and they go crazy and they had a couple drinks in them. All right, we're gonna call some people. John Dix, I'm gonna hit you with the link if you want to come on. John, we're gonna call our best friend, Illini's best friend, Johnny Driscoll. No, I was kidding. Illini be hating on Johnny. All right, we're gonna call Johnny real quick to see just to get a vibe from him. Let me get this link over to John Dix as well. Thank you guys for joining, but this is the show. This is the show so far, and I hope that these moments continue wherever you may be going to see the show. Whether it's a major stop or it's a midweek show that people least expect. I do hope that you guys get to experience. I'm not one of them people like, oh, it has to only happen at Spec or the show I'm at. Nah, if they play a Dream So Real in Alabama, I'm happy for everyone in Alabama. Okay, if they play like a rando midweek show and they play some other crazy thing, I'm rooting for all y'all. That's why I interview you guys and I feel the excitement like we did with Deer Creek and Chi Town. Um, we talked to Greg for his 100 show. But let's go ahead. We're gonna hit up Johnny Driscoll real quick.
Hello, good sir.
Johnny, is this real or am I dreaming? What like this show? What did you think?
I'm just blown away. I mean, just, I mean, a good opener. I mean, I just was listening to the stream, and do you remember? I was like, oh, great, we're going down a different road tonight. And then from there, it just lit up like crazy. It was just amazing. I'm trying to find the words. I just can't. But it was just so amazing.
And let's just take back and put it in perspective for us. How long have you been? When was your first show?
1997. I'm old.
Okay. So you've been going since 97. You've been through the late 90s, the early 2000s, the mid 2000s, the caravan, the post caravan, the post Boyd, the poster craze era where people are literally selling kidneys for posters.
Yep.
So how does this kind of fall into your experiences going to so many different shows over the years?
So I would say it just brings back, a time that, I used to I took for granted. The band changed how they did things. And it's good to see him bring back some hits that I don't think I ever thought I'd see. That American Baby intro tonight, I had tears in my eyes. It was great. It was awesome. But it's like, it just shows you the potential this band has. They've changed. Members have gone. People have joined them as guests and stuff, but they go back to the roots. And, new members, they do it just as good. Again, it just sounded just like they didn't even miss a beat, which to me, that's awesome. So it's great.
Yeah, so for American Baby intro, we get one tonight. There's been 54 total plays. There were 2 teasers in 2014. There were 2 caravan performances, one at the Gorge, 9/2, and then one 9/18. In 2010, it was played once. I believe that was the Gorge as well. No, that was in Wheatland, California. The Gorge. Oh yeah, so they didn't even play it at the Gorge in 2010 or any. It was like one random Wheatland show. 2007, there's some plays. 2006 or some plays, but really 2005 is the only year you've seen that it be highlighted. And here we are, just over, just around 12 years or so from the caravan.
That's just insane.
And we get it back. Now, where were you sitting tonight?
I was on lawn.
Okay.
And people trash Stack Lawn. I have no problems there. I definitely think, they always say they oversell Saturday night. I thought they packed them in today, but the vibe was good. You want people to, if they bump into you, say, excuse me. people getting, coming up to get drinks and so forth. You want them to be a little courteous. You always get your little riffraff, but for a majority of the crowd, I think they enjoyed it, on the lawn. So, no issues on the lawn. I had a good time. The sound, the visuals a little different. You don't really see, but you got the monitors, so you can kind of see what's going on. But overall, I have a great time on back lawn. Can't complain.
Yeah, and it could be much worse. I don't know if you saw the Deaden Company. the lawn was even fuller for that one being the final tour, and
I definitely am very grateful for that. No pun maybe intended there, but it's just good crowd overall. Can't complain. So good times.
All right. Well, hey, thank you for sharing your perspective. Thank you for coming on. Johnny is a moderator for DMB Family. And again, I know some people have either like it or don't like it. It can be polarizing. But one thing Johnny allows, he gives us a little bit of wiggle room to kind of, as a community, discuss certain things. He, he could easily delete certain threads and topics. Same with other mods. They allow us to try to talk it out, try to give perspective. And if it gets too personal, they will delete it. But I appreciate that about DMB Family, is that you guys allow us to talk through things, allow us to share and educate each other before you guys step in. And other groups are great too, but sometimes they'll just cut it, right? So we love the group and we love the meetups. Are you guys meeting or doing something tomorrow?
Nothing official, but definitely we'll plan something. We generally hang out at Geyser Loop Road in the park, but I'll update and I'll definitely share that with you, Marcus. And thank you for being a great part of the community, and thank you for sharing. Your talents on this YouTube channel. We love listening to it. Your insights are fun. You are above and beyond your research, and we appreciate you for everything you do. So thanks again.
I appreciate it. You take care, Johnny.
All right, talk soon, Marcus.
All right, bye. All right, so that was Johnny D. Now John Driscoll. Now we're gonna bring on John Dix, aka Conservates 34's friend, as people call it. We're gonna bring him on. So let's go ahead and keep it moving. John, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
Let's get you down. Yeah, we don't want to. Hey, look, you looking mad stalkerish when we.
Yeah, you got me looking crazy.
Well, tell us about this show. Also, let's walk it back. When was your first show?
Of this year?
No, when was your first show ever?
Oh, 3/26/03.
Okay, so 03, and then how many shows is this for you?
Tonight was 108.
108. So how does this rank? How do you look at this show with all these years with the band? 20 years with the band.
So the way I look at it is I hold shows in the context of which I view them. So I'm not going to compare this show to a 2010 show or a show from like 2005 or 4. I'll compare this show from anything from like 2018 on. And in that context, this was a home run of a show. I only had one bathroom break, which was early. Do you remember? The rest of the show was firing on all cylinders. And the band covered all eras of the band's history on tonight's set list. You had Granny, you had AB Intro, you had Shotgun, you had the new album, you had deep cuts like Busted Stuff, you had Stone. I mean, there was nothing in this set list that you could complain about. I was actually like, I turned to Tara. I was like, man, I gotta go to the bathroom. They gotta play some trash or something. I gotta go to the bathroom. I was like, man, when they gonna play Jimmy Thing? I haven't said that in a long time. I was like, they need to play Jimmy Thing because it takes a minute to get to the bathroom. It's packed.
Yes,
especially when you're in the orchestra, right? And I was like, man, when they gonna play something I can go to the bathroom? But I went and got some during Do You Remember? And then I was playing it in my seat the rest of the show.
Yeah. And what did you think? One of the things I noticed, someone just put it in the comments, but you had some extended play with, I think it was the only thing.
I really like that Old Dirt Hill intro with Carter. I haven't heard that yet.
Yes,
That
that
really
was
stood out to
Guilford.
me.
Yes, that was a Guilford. I saw it at Guilford. It may have been played before as well. Wait, Older Hill. That oh no, this is it's 2 or 2, so it did debut. Not my fault. It did debut at Guilford, which was the previous show, Guilford Night 2. Yeah. So, and I think that to your point, they've done a little bit of finding ways to so that we can't predict it, right?
Hmm.
And so I think the band has caught on to the idea that we kind of know what's going on. And I say that because Dave literally heard me from the pit last year. I'm like, is Raise B? Is this, is this? He already played this, and this, stay or leave. So it's gonna be come on. Because they're overdue to repeat a
I think
song.
the cool thing about like Deer Creek is back, and I always say this, is like the band knows that these are the majors where the hardcore fans really come together, and so they show out for the hardcore fans. And when they play like Stone, Shotgun, AB intro, it wasn't like, a few claps here and there. I mean, the place went nuts.
Yeah.
Like everybody knew what AB intro was. It
Yep.
wasn't like you were like in Mississippi somewhere and they play AB intro and like me and 5 other people are going crazy where everybody else is running to the bathroom. Like it
Yeah.
was like it was pandemonium.
Yeah, this ain't no Mississippi half step Tupelo.
No,
Shout out to Dead and Company, Grateful Dead. Anyway,
right.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's a great point. And I felt that this year and last year, I think I was around at SPAC. I was in the same region, the back of the pavilion night one. But I felt like where I was, people knew the Stone front to back. Last year, I think I was more towards the corner. And listen, every section is different. But last year, it felt like something like people didn't know Madman's. But in my section this year, people like knew about the fakes. So they were like fake, like when Madman's came on, they like, oh, fake into this. So Dave knows this, and you see him. I mean, clearly tonight was a telegraph to we're gonna play SPAC to the way that these diehard fans come and attend this show and find
In my
whatever it
section, a lot of
takes.
people had the almanac up.
Shout out to DMB Almanac. We love you guys, Henry and company, and the rest of the crew. And I also, what's interesting is I thought the Almanac was going to crash.
It got slow there for a little bit, but nah, it held up.
Yeah, and I think they obviously it's almost inevitable that when you have so much traffic, any website's going to crash. Look at Taylor Swift. Now let me say, but it's like it was just.
It was a magical night, man. It was a
Yeah.
magical night. Everything came together perfectly. The weather held out. Got the poster. They were sold out of the cards though, which was kind of. I think everybody's catching on to the cards, especially after that Deer Creek Night 2 card sold for like almost $300 on eBay. But yeah, they sold out of the cards. But I was able to get a poster fairly easy. The foil sold out pretty fast though.
Did you see? Because I went out, but I didn't look at the merch. Were there still posters left at the end?
No, the poster was gone pretty fast.
Okay.
Yeah,
And
I got mine around like 4 o'clock. And I got one at the outside merch table. They weren't selling the cards on the outside merch table though.
So they wanted people to come inside for those. Interesting.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually I think though for the cards, I think you should sell them inside because you could have people who do line up just for the card. I think even if you buy a lawn ticket just to get a collector's card, you should purchase a ticket to the show to get access. Where a merch, I mean, not that there's like 50 people trying to flip these cards that aren't going to the show, but I think it is a good thing to have it inside and reward those who are willing to wait. And what did you think of? We're going to pull up the poster. What did you think of the poster today?
It's not one of my favorites, but I did buy it. I did buy it. Everybody was laughing at me at the tailgate because all morning I was in the group chat saying how ugly the poster was and how I'm not gonna waste my time getting it. And then I get to the parking lot to the premiere lot, and I was like, man, that line's not even long. Let me just hop on over there and see what it's talking about. And then right when I think I'm about to get out, they pull me back in. So
Yeah,
I got the poster.
and for those you don't know, John is trying to go cold turkey and quit the poster addiction. And did you pass up on any posters this year?
Nashville, the hometown show. I did, and like
Okay,
two people offered to give it to me, and I was like, no, I do not. That poster's ugly. I don't want it.
gotcha. So that's good. So you can and I'm just on my strategy is I did buy the methane. What's funny is I bought the methane from Guilford, um, and I think it
That was
was
a
more.
dope poster, though.
Yeah. Now people have varying opinions. The thing I don't like about this poster, I've never liked these methane monsters. Um, who made the dragon from the gorge in 2019? You remember who?
That was methane as well.
Oh, it was okay. So that's a good example. I love that dragon, but I don't like these monsters right here. It's like bootleg Where the Wild Things Are. The artistry on these monsters or creatures to me just it seems tacky.
The actual poster, that the screenshot that they released on the website and the actual poster, I mean, yes, the image is the same, but like the quality of the photo is a little different. It's kind of hard to describe, but like when you actually see the print, it looks better because it's got like that matte finish on it.
Okay. And that's
So
to me that's like something that does happen where you see it in person and the way that it pops in
and the
person is
foil was
different.
pretty dope too. And methane typically doesn't do foils. So the foil lasted. They had like 25 at the merch tent outside. What really surprised me today, because I like to like look at trends and how like what's going on with the merch, is people were really these show specific blankets. There were people that were just getting a blanket that waited in that line just for the blanket, and I think that may be like something that's like getting hot right now is the blankets and the show specific shirts. People were like bypassing the poster and just getting the blankets and the shirts.
So I have always been a fan of that. I actually think if you're going to drop the money on that type of blanket, make it venue specific. I know Deer Creek had it and Gorge. I mean, not Gorge. SPAC had. It's great that SPAC has it, and I'm looking forward. I think, actually, I know in the event they announced like Deer Creek that there's going to be a shirt you can buy with the set list on it.
Mm-hmm.
Night one alone is worth the t-shirt. To me, I'm a t-shirt guy. I have a bunch of concert t-shirts from shows I go to. And so I see myself buying that t-shirt. I almost want to buy the blanket just because I love that idea of this. I got it from this venue. It has a venue specific thing. I don't like the DMB blankets that are just Dave Matthews Band.
Mm-hmm.
I love the
And
idea of
the
having
blanket
that.
tonight was really cool. It looked really cool.
So we'll see. I may go up. I'm planning to get in early. If anyone is looking, try to meet up. I am looking, and Darren. I see Derek. Oh, Darren says SPAC blanket sold out tonight. Darren, I'm sorry because I didn't have time to message you. I am going to be by the VIP house or building tomorrow. I'm planning to get there. If you follow me on Twitter, I'll put a exact location of where I am in the venue. I'm not stupid. I ain't posting no locations outside the venue. So y'all, I ain't seeing. I don't want y'all trying to run up on your boy Conceviz 34 for the okey doke. But in the venue, after you've been through security, after they done scanned you and screened you and TSA pre-checked you, I would
Pod
love to.
shooters. Pod shooters.
Yeah, the people in every direction shooters, who I think banned me from Couch Tour because I'm banned from Couch. I don't even care. But shout out, no, I do know people who do the Couch Tour stream, and I shout out to Meg and some other people. I think Kelly did it the other night. So it's not about them, but someone banned me from Pede and Couch Tour. Anyway, neither here nor there. But yeah, so I will be that building where the VIP is. We're probably gonna have to stay away from that VIP entrance. I don't want to block that and all that and cause some issues. But we are going to have some sort of meetup. So follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Threads, and I'll post. All right, we're here between this and this. I'd love to see some of you guys chat it up. Thank you for everyone I saw today. I did run into some people. Some people just said, "Hey, thank you. I appreciate the support." John Dix has been a supporter from almost day one of this. And this thing, listen, we have 41 people just on. It's 38 right now, but you guys don't understand, like, this medium of like post-show streams, to get 200 people to watch this, whether it's now or later. Like, go look at, and this is not to knock them, but go look at the Goose post shows. Go look at the Fish, even the Fish post shows. And I love the folks that do the Fish post shows. The Fish post shows the day after, they're not touching mine. And this, it has nothing to do with me. I just decided to step up. And the fans of DMB have been craving these discussions. We crave these things. And I am only here because of the fans. Okay. So thank you guys for supporting this stream and for doing this and making this big and showing the rest of the concert industry and world, like, hey, we love talking DMB. We love sharing our passion with this. So
Well said. Well said. Before I hop off, tomorrow I will be in the premiere lot around B and C. Look out for me. If anyone wants to take pictures, hang out, talk about the shows, I'll be happy to hang out, meet some new fans here at SPAC. So if you see me in the lots, feel free to come up and speak.
Yep. And don't forget donations, gifts.
Yeah, make sure the calls.
Donations. Run us that check, right? Put some money in the pot. We're playing. We're kidding, guys. Kidding.
Everybody have a good night. I'm about to head out. I'm tired. 1:30.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. It's 1:21. Peace. All right. Thanks, John, for being on. So yeah, stay tuned. We will have. I got a lot of work to do in the next couple of weeks. I will be looking to get up the Guilford venue, the Guilford full shows, and we got to mute out some of this audio of the people around. And listen, I love the fact that people are hyped up and pumped about this stuff. And again, shout out to the young lady, or who got engaged. Hey, it's hard out here in these streets. Kermit Zach, do you want to come on? Do you want to come on real quick? It is actually. I probably need to go to bed myself. So tonight really sucked in. Yeah, love the humor, Zach. There. Was the American Baby the full longest version? Yeah, it had to be at least six to 7 minutes. The combined video. Let's see. I can even look that up because I have it. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna. Guys, don't forget to hit the like button. Let's see. Yeah, 7:33. Now that's with some of the time before. So 7:33, which I think is a perfect time. I think the American Baby intro is a perfect time. And keep in mind, Dave's voice is not what it was in 2011. Rab, shout out to him, who he pulled up. Rab pulled up to the section in Guilford, and I told him, "Hey man, my wife's here. Come pull up." And he came through Watchtower night one, and Rab's done a great job to help Dave out in this portion of his career. Yeah, so 7:34. Let's see. So the first keys that Buddy touches is 25 seconds in. So it is 6 to 7 minute in that 6 to 7 minute range. And this is something I think that works at a Deer Creek SPAC Alpine type venue. So yeah, so I'm gonna work to upload the rest of the videos. Let me know what you guys think. Put your stuff in the comment. Again, hit the like button, subscribe if you're just pulling in for the first time. Hit the subscribe button. I do the DMB post show stream after every show. I also look to record videos. I have been on a mission this year. Every show so far, I've been able to record at least 70% of the show. And the Guilford shows, I have everything. SPAC tonight, I had everything. I do. If you do have videos, if you're willing to share, I make these these multi-cam videos. I'm not Copper Pot, but I have decided to step up in this space to create content because even Copper Pot said he doesn't have as much of an urge with some of the set lists and shows to do it. And he does like he did Cha-Cha. He'll do some stuff here and there. But I decided to just step up. And Zach, shout out to Zach, because he's been a huge help. And he also has taper audios that he's shared with me. Those videos, again, I do those. This is something I do for the love of DMB. I'm not, monetizing those full videos. When I have videos from other people, right, and I combine it into one, that's just for the love of the game. And the reason I became a DMB fan is because of what Copperpot did on such a higher level. But if no one else is going to do it, I'm going to do it for you guys. I'm a man of the people. I want to get this stuff up. I think it's important. This is how you win fans over. This is how you engage fans. This is how, in this economy where these ticket prices are expensive, this allows for many of you guys at home who maybe can't make as many shows to actually see the shows. So I'm working on those. I'm getting better at these multi-cam, and going to continue to work and try to sharpen up that craft here. How do you send videos? The best thing you can do is to upload it to YouTube, because I can pull it from YouTube. If not, Google, you could use Google Docs, right? That's probably the next best way. But don't be afraid. Even if you have a YouTube account with like 5 followers, like, it doesn't matter. I will find the video. I'll run a search. So, and clearly Dave knew Dingle Hines wasn't here because he didn't play Bismarck. Hines, I don't know if you're going to any shows, but I'll tell Dave to play Bismarck for you, and Joyride, the 2 songs you hate. But yeah, I mean, there's not much more I can say. There's just a lot of excitement and joy when you experience a show like this, and also just a sense of it's surreal. That shotgun sounded great. It's exactly how I thought my first shotgun would sound. And this shotgun has been hit or miss over the years. Obviously, the original versions of it, you could say from a different era, you could say they're this and that and they're better, but Dave really was, again, Guilford was more of a midweek taking risk, but between Guilford and SPAC that day off, he really sharpened up his craft. And I will take both versions of Dave. I will take the SPAC Dave and I will take Guilford Dave any day over the beginning of this tour, Dave, where he was still trying to find his rhythm. And I think it's, to be fair, the way this band plays, they have to find a rhythm. So you could say, why didn't they play this here? Why didn't they play? It takes time, right? There's a practice, it's a trial and an error that they have to go through. And where they are now is great, right? It where they are now, it is just solid. And that doesn't mean you didn't have great elements in earlier in the tour. It just takes some time. Little girl, you're in the middle of the ride, and everything will be just fine. Everything will be all right. All right. Hey, they're all the same. They're doing better on your, you're doing better on your own. So don't buy it. Live right now. Yeah, just be yourself. It doesn't matter if it's good enough for someone else. Those are the words of Jimmy Eat World. DP Duke says my shotguns are both album tours. Haven't seen it since Virginia Beach 09. Oh, the Slisbury Hill. I would rather Dave play that than Sledgehammer. That's actually, I'll shout out to Peter Gabriel. Hines says, give me Crazy Easy. Nope. He's just gonna he's gonna do a 40-minute joyride for Hines. All right, this wraps up the post-show stream. More content to come tomorrow after I get back from that show. And don't forget to hit the like button if you are going to shows. Let's say you're at the SPAC show, you're watching this because you're like, oh, I want to see what people are talking about with SPAC. If you're going to a show and want to be on the stream, when I'm not at the show like this, I call people. I've called people to that I've just talked to hours before the show, and then we've had a discussion about the show. But this show is also, when I'm not at the show, tomorrow's my last show of the summer tour. I want to hear from you guys. DP Duke, yes, would love to meet up. Night 2, Warren Haynes. Darren says, I don't know. Maybe we get a guess, maybe we don't. What's also interesting, I don't know how this is crazy. So the Grateful Dead had their final set of shows a same weekend D&B was in SPAC. So that was in 2015. They had their final shows at Soldier Field. And Bella Fleck, he came on and guested with the band. And also they just had fire sets. And here we go. Dead and Company's doing their final tours. Not the Grateful Dead. Is a spinoff. Listen, Bobby has had more years since 2015. And, Billy totally went peace up, A-Town down. And in some ways, the band plays faster tempos now. But anyway, it's neither here nor there. But I think there's something to say that a final tour coinciding with D&B being at SPAC, you get some special stuff, because this show is one of the best SPAC shows, I think you could argue, since 2016 when they had another tear. And Alpine hasn't always felt like Alpine. Still great, but like the legendary days of Alpine, like you look at the 2015 2 sets, right? SPAC isn't always SPAC. Deer Creek can have some show flows, portions of shows that don't feel like it's heyday. But tonight we got a SPAC show for the ages. I felt like, okay, this is why we come to SPAC. This is why people go to both nights, because you literally never know what you're gonna get. People are saying there's so much bridge, too much. I actually here. This may be a hot take. I actually did they have a Crash song tonight? Oh, Two Step, right? Two Step came back and it was solid. I still think if there was no Two Step, this would have still been my favorite show. Two Step was incredible. But I think, listen, when you get a shotgun, when you get other stuff, we had Two Step last year. They played Two Step a lot last year. And there's still that conjecture that maybe Carter is impacted by it can be more straining on him. And that's how music is. Sometimes like songs you think that sound easy, like Sugar Will, sounds easy. But it's really so frustratingly hard. But some songs like that have the Dave chords are easier than Sugar Will. So we're gonna close out. Let's close out and we'll give you a little bit of American Baby intro, but y'all should go over to the video. No, actually, we're gonna go over Break Free. If you want to watch the American Baby intro, check out the video. It is up now, but we're gonna end with some Break Free. We're gonna break free from this show, and we will move on to tomorrow when tomorrow comes. Hopefully, I'm not talking about Louisiana Bayou tomorrow being in the set list. But hey, listen, this has been a phenomenal first night. Yeah, DP Duke would love what you are. Would love one tomorrow. All right. Thank you guys. It's your boy ConstantViz34. We'll leave you with some of Break Free. Peace.
Yes, it does.